Hello and welcome to the Hotkeys podcast. This is the show where we talk about everything pop culture random in the world. My name is Mick. With me as always is
Landon Browning.
And David Parker.
Whoa!
Whoa, 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 whoa. It's March 22nd, 23.
Man, boy, time sure is flying.
Tomorrow it'll be 3, 2, 3, 2, 3.
Oh, man.
That momentous day that will live in infamy.
I know we've all been looking forward to.
That'd be crazy if that was the day everything changes.
And we should have seen it coming just based off of the numbers alone.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious.
Do you guys think we'll have something happen in our lifetimes where, something like, people talk about, how COVID's going to be, the thing that, is, altering, which, it was a big thing, but, I'm talking about something where, Last of Us level, altering. Not like zombie type stuff, but do you think we are going to live through something where it's, where we're, gonna, people are going to, refer to us as, man, they saw some stuff,
I don't know. It's hard to know, because we don't know how long we're going to live,
We could all die tonight.
But, we are relatively young. That's, there's another 50, 60 years that we three could potentially see. And a lot can happen in that time. So, there'll be big things happen. I don't think anything at, Last of Us scale until 3/23/23.
Yeah.
What's your preferred apocalypse, Landon?
I think it would be something. I would hope it'd be something quick. Where it's just it's everybody's gone. Like
Moonfall.
With isn't that the one with what's his
That's
name?
Gerard Butler.
What happens in Moonfall?
I think the moon falls out of the sky. Shocker, right?
Well, I realized that was a stupid question after I asked it.
Ones I don't know, nuclear fallout would be horrible because unless you're in the blast zone, it's gonna probably be drawn out miserable, you just die from cancer or something. Yellowstone blows, I feel that's
instantaneous for a large portion of the world.
In Spokane, Washington, is that instantaneous or is that
I would say it's very close to instantaneous, right?
You probably hear something, right?
Yeah, you hear something and then I think you die. So
that's what I want, and that's what I want. I want to hear something. I want to be just sitting on playing a game of Madden. I hear something.
You throw a pick six and
my connection interrupts, and I'm like, oh, what? And then I hear a boom. I take my head. I'm like, what is going on? And then just gone. What I don't want is the road. I don't want whatever that is, or whatever that is, I don't want to be any of the characters in that book. I don't want to be around.
It's never really specified what it is. It's kind of vague on purpose. I think a lot of people speculate that it's probably a giant volcano.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, maybe Yellowstone, but because they're on the East Coast in that.
I think so.
So, which I think would be, they would probably all die eventually, right? From just the food chain interruptions and what's the term when the sun's blocked out by ash?
a winter.
Nuclear winter, but volcano winter.
Volcanic winter?
There's got to be a term which seems like a
Ash Wednesday.
Ash fall. Yeah.
Did you ever see or read The Road?
No, I'd like to do one or the other or both. The movie's on my list and the book is on my
Get ready for
list.
One of the most depressing things.
Yeah, we watched the movie together.
I've heard it's extremely depressing.
Yeah, it's not a fun watch. I don't know about the book, but I don't think the book's a fun read either.
The book's probably even more depressing.
I would assume, yeah.
But yeah, it's
I just don't.
It's not enjoyable.
No, it's The Last of Us is dark, but that's way darker. It's it's way more grim.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's done really well though, so you enjoy it for that aspect.
Yeah,
but you just want to kill yourself the whole time.
Yeah,
this is just dark.
Think of that. If aliens showed up, I've always assumed if aliens show up, I imagine they kill us all in a matter of, weeks probably.
Yeah, but they're not coming from the stars.
Come from the ocean.
They're coming from the ocean.
Yep. Yeah.
We thought alien life was in the stars, but it was closer to home. Today we're canceling.
I never watched that movie.
It's really funny.
Maybe that would be my preferred apocalypse. Would be like an alien invasion.
Charlie Day's in it.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So is Ron Perlman.
Isn't Idris Elba's like the guy that sends that speech, right? Like the cancer. That's awesome.
Oh gosh.
Aliens would be horrible. I mean, are you kidding me, man? They would obliterate it. Like they would kill us all. I'm pretty sure. Like, there's
What
no
if
way
they get here though and they're just like way more underdeveloped? Like they just accidentally happen to show up on our planet.
Then we kill all of them. Probably that's probably what would happen.
And then
like,
we get some disease that we have no way, like we have no protection
Yeah,
against,
like,
and then
yeah.
all of humanity is wiped out.
Yeah, be kind of fitting. We get what like it's just like some alien cold. I'd like to think that it's like some like rich alien's like son shows up to Earth like with like his friends, and he just like kills everybody because he's just bored. Like he's just like rebelling against his dad. Like he's like, you killed everybody on Earth. He's like, yeah, I was bored.
What if we like show them our ways? Like we show them how to like sports bet, or like, hey, this is called the trophy system for the PlayStation. And they're just
This is bronze. This is
get
silver. This is gold.
accommodated to our ways. They're like, man, this place is awesome.
That'd be fun. I mean, we could hang out. Like,
He's more like I'm more like a gamer, like a gamer score. Is that what it's Xbox? Is it gamer score?
yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm a gamer score kind of
Whatever,
guy.
whatever it is, stupid.
I feel like I don't hear much about Xbox anymore.
Because they suck.
Like after the Xbox One, I just feel like they've never really gotten back up to where they were. Like
Nope.
I feel like the 360 was huge. Like that was like everyone was like, yeah, it's the best one. And I think even then, like the PS3 still outsold them in the very end.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think the Xbox 360 probably was more popular, at least in the North America.
I definitely knew. I did not have any consoles at the time, but I definitely, like, almost everybody I knew had a 360, and I don't know if I knew anybody that had a PS3. Like when I was like a kid, like when I was like coming out.
All of
like,
my friends had a 360, and it was just Dave and I that had a PS3.
Which was fine because at that point there wasn't a lot of online gaming anyway. At least, well, especially for PS3. Like it was possible, especially a little bit later, like a couple years after the system was out for a while. But for the most part, we were playing single player stuff anyway.
yeah,
because it was taking a while for like online stuff to kind of really get its footing. Because even like stuff like voice chat took a long time to like
that was
really
a
get
nightmare.
It wasn't really until PS4 that we started using voice chat a lot, because with the PS3 it was kind of a hassle, and like you would have to use like Bluetooth headsets that like people would use for phones.
Yep.
Oh wow.
And
Just a little earpiece one.
I don't remember if there was even like a party system. Because like
Just game chat. Like,
there was it was maybe a dozen or so times we used game chat to play with friends online, but it was kind of a pain. Connection wasn't that great, but like we would play with Alex Felt and then Jesse Bick sometimes, because he ended up they both had PS3s later about the same time we did, so we'd play like Call of Duty Modern Warfare online together. But
no.
yeah, it wasn't until PS4 that really like I started using headsets and talking with people. And for the most part, I mean, the people I was talking with were my friends. I wasn't ever the kind of guy that was like talking with randos, because that's not fun.
I made a couple friends on Rainbow Six Siege that like I didn't know in like real life. Like it's like one night I think Colby, me, and Ben were playing Rainbow Six, and like we were playing like these two kids. Like clearly they were in like a party talking to each other, because like you could tell they were communicating through like the way the game was going. Like and like we were getting like really frustrated. So like because like we were like doing good, but like you have like basically supposed to be a 5-person team, and like they were doing their thing, we were doing our thing, and then like I think we eventually like went into game chat, and I think we might have like yelled at them for a little bit or something, like, and then we started talking, and they were like a brother and sister that lived I think Utah, I think, and then like we're like, well, let's just like play with you guys, and like we started a party with them, we like sent friend requests, and then we played with them. I kid you not, we probably played with them every night for I think 3 or 4 months. Like we just got on, like we had like
That's crazy.
yeah, like I'm friends with them on Facebook and Instagram now.
Yeah.
Like I know them, like I follow them, like and stuff. Like I haven't talked to them in probably a couple of years, but I mean,
But you follow them on Instagram.
yeah, like I mean, like we had like I think I like messaged them on like we'd had like a chat on Facebook Messenger for like setting up times to play and stuff, and like they were like super cool.
I think I was in a party at least once with them, and I like met them.
Yeah. It was a ton of fun. So like that was the one experience. I mean, I chatted with like other random people in like Rainbow Six Siege too, but like none of them like stuck like these two did. So
It's just normally garbage that you hear from people. I mean, I guess it depends on what game you're playing, but most of the time it's just immediate crap talking everybody. Just like, hey, mother effers, what's up? And
yeah, I think certain games are conducive of
extremely loud music
of like being able to make friends so easily.
Yeah, this one probably worked because there was some kind of strategy. It wasn't like some Call of Duty where you're just running.
Yeah,
like communication was important. They didn't have. I don't think they had other people that they knew to play with.
Team deathmatch in Call of Duty requires a lot of coordination between the team. Landon.
No, it doesn't. I mean, maybe if you had a team, you could be really good, but like I've never found anybody willing to really play it that way. Which one? Like, there's no penalty for death. Like Siege, you get 1 life, so it was kind of
big penalty.
Yeah, I'm retired though. So
that's good. I'm glad.
When I finally deleted that game, like off my I felt like I was like John Wick putting burying the case of guns and like the concrete.
When do you go back?
Take out the sledgehammer.
I think I go back when I'm trying to think what would happen. Like
someone kills your dog.
Yeah. Someone breaks into my house and
so you have to jump back on Siege.
Yes. Take it out. Yeah.
Well,
that's the game I've put the most time into ever. I think it was thousands of hours.
You guys played that a ton.
And we also we got out of it for a while.
Yeah.
And then we got back. It was we had several typically
You've
when
had lots
I play
of
a game,
stints with Siege.
Yes.
Just like I've had stints with games before.
And that's the only I think that's one of the only games I've had outside of probably Grand Theft Auto. Those are probably the two that typically when I'm done with a game, I'm done with it. Like I bought Modern Warfare 2, the remake. I played the campaign, played a bunch online. I deleted that game. I will probably never play it again, would be my guess. Like Siege had probably 3 or 4, I was done with it for 6 months, and then you're in a party and it's late, so it's oh man,
peer pressure.
What if we just what if we just play a
Colby
game,
or Jordan goes, it'd be really fun.
Some of this is we're talking about they're oh, we probably still got it. And I was all right. And then you get in a game and the game's a lot different, and then you still win. You're all right, yeah, we still you have a camo from way back in the beginning, people in the lobby know you're an OG, and you're yeah, I still got it. I should play. I should re-download it.
No one's killed your dog yet, though.
Yeah,
you have to get a dog first. Unless you already have a dog.
I do not have a dog. I do not have one. Every person in this friend group that's gotten a pet, I've heard several stories that range from annoying sounding to horrifying. That this makes me I don't want a pet like that.
Have you heard from Dave?
Dave
I think
sent
he's
a message
including
in our
me
chat.
in that, right?
Yeah, I am including you. Yeah. Dave sent a message in the chat saying that his dog pooped, smelled the poop, and then immediately threw up. And I'm that just sounds like something I don't want in my life.
Did it throw up on the poop?
Did it?
No. This was also outside. It was
okay. Well, that's not as bad.
Oh, you're just a wannabe.
Michael would have
my
laughed.
pet actually pooped in my house.
Yeah, that story horrifying. That was I don't
yeah,
I don't
stuck
want,
it, Dave.
Yeah,
Michael would have laughed so hard at the sequence of events. Because it was
Bree there?
What?
Was Bree there?
No, it was just me. I messaged her right away after because it was I was laughing so hard.
Why
because she had just woken up. She drank a bunch of water from her bowl. I took her out to go pee. And so we were outside. It had rained the previous night. So the grass was wet. And so the dog was walking around looking for a place to pee. As she's doing that, she walked over to a previous night's dump. And it was it was wet out.
Your dump or her dump?
No. I poop on the other side of the yard. And she
and you're a courteous pooper outside because you bury it.
Exactly. And so
I'll just leave it there.
She does one sniff and then immediately it's like a retch. She's and just she vomits half the water she just drank right next to the poop. But it happened so fast and it was such a visceral reaction, and the face that the dog made was so funny. I was laughing so hard. And
you threw up.
No.
And then your neighbor looked over the fence and said, "You okay?" And then he was like, "I gotta," and then he pooped in his yard.
No, I messaged Bree right away, and then I told people in the chat because it was really funny. But right away, it made me think of Colby and Michael, just because, I don't know, things that happen with poop.
Thanks.
Just.
So was it
kind of, yeah.
Just like that.
I can see the humor in that. That'd be pretty funny.
It was funny. Yeah.
I might get a lizard. Like some kind of lizard for a pet. You know, that seems like something like easy.
Yeah, that does seem like something you would do.
Yeah, just like a
What
a bearded
kind of
dragon?
lizard?
I don't know, like a gecko or something. Gecko.
Let it
or-
loose in the house.
No, I would not let it.
Let it sleep with you.
No.
Pet
You
it?
wake up, it's just like clamped on your nose.
Crawls down my throat. I feel it.
What, like a bearded
Chest
dragon,
bursting.
or
I don't know, just some kind of reptile. I don't know.
would you get a snake?
Something. No, no.
It has to
What
have
about-
legs.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a devil.
What
I
about
wouldn't have the devil's creatures.
what about an amphibian?
Those are like okay, but they're not as cool as like I like drier. Like
Not
kind of
slimy.
things. I don't want slimy. I want dry.
Can you say that again for the record, please?
The point of the story is I want something that can be in a cage that like I can go like look at my lizard, like look at it, like and maybe take it out in a hole and be like, wow, look at it, it's cool. Like maybe I like put it on the wall and watch it crawl a little bit, and then I put it back in the cage and I can leave. You know, you go to the pet store like once a week and you get crickets and you throw in the cage and you watch it eat crickets. Like that's
I think Will mentioned this a while ago. You just sounded exactly like, is it Mark Norman?
Mark Norman, the
Yeah.
comedian.
Like that story there. I was like that exact, like the cadence, the tone of your voice.
I'll take that as
You're
a
like,
compliment.
hey, it's going well. Sorry, that
He's really funny.
he is
Like,
really funny. Yeah, that just I had an out of body experience for a second.
pull the mask off.
Yeah, reptiles are cool.
They're funny. Animals in general are hilarious because they just do things that make no sense. Like
I like seeing animals like trip, like, and then they do the thing that humans do. They trip and then they look around immediately. Like, did anyone see that?
yeah,
No. Okay.
yeah.
Just gonna continue on my way. Over to my food bowl.
Having a dog has given me lots of opportunities to laugh at it, which I didn't foresee. Which is
That's
kind of
the
fun.
only reason to get a pet.
Yeah. To laugh at an inferior life
When
form.
your YouTube video is buffering, look at your pet.
That's what the
It's
aliens
probably
are gonna,
doing
That's what they're
something
going to do to
stupid.
us. Like they're going to make us.
They're just bored.
yeah. They're bored. They're like, oh, like, we're going to adopt a human. Like
The aliens are watching, we trip, and then we're looking around, and they're just doing like an alien laugh.
my luck, I'd probably get adopted by like a homeless alien. Like I'd be like, like on the side of the space highway. He's got a sign like, oh no.
Going from Space Depot to Space Depot.
Yeah. Like
It's a good way to travel the universe, though. You know, just hitchhike.
uh,
Speaking of universe and space, Mando, episode 4.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen
Did you
it.
watch it?
Oh,
Did you watch it?
yeah.
Is it good?
Yes.
Oh, man, you really didn't sell me with that.
Well, it's really short.
Oh,
It's like 30 minutes.
I mean, that's
And
fine.
coming from last week's episode that was an hour, and this was an episode that I was like expecting it to be longer. So it was very strange.
also, last
But-
week's episode was only like 15 minutes of actual Mando and Grogu.
Yeah, yeah. So I would have liked it reversed, but what we did get in the episode was awesome. Like a lot of really cool stuff.
All right.
Yeah, it was a very satisfying episode.
All right.
But I just wish it was longer.
Well, can we wrap up the podcast, and then that way I can go watch it?
No.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know if Will's going to be back next week. Probably not.
He said he's never going to be back, actually.
Okay.
He said
I think
he
he's
wanted
almost-
us to stop saying he was allegedly maybe going to be back. He wanted to say that he definitively will not be
Are you
back.
going to kick him out of the voice chat?
Oh,
or
yeah, he's
group
getting kicked
chat?
out of everything. Everything he's being removed.
Same with Colby.
Yep, removed, suspended.
Disbarred.
So if you want, disbarred, if you want to apply to be a guest on the show,
You can't.
it's an
Sorry.
initial $500 buy-in just for the right to be like in the pool of guests that can be picked for the show.
Like even to be considered.
Yes, to be considered. I mean, like we want to make sure that you're serious about this. We can't just have anybody on this show. And then from there, like there'll be an interview process, and
And then we'll still say no.
yeah, probably, but we might say yes.
But probably not.
Probably not. But you'll never know unless you pay us.
Yeah, you should try.
You should try. You definitely should.
If you're not trying, you're not doing.
Yeah.
Did you really want to wrap up?
No.
Oh, yeah.
So I am kind of hungry though. So you said that you had crumble cookies last night. Can you talk about those so I can live through you? Imagining
Do you guys not
these
have crumble
cookies?
cookies there?
I don't think I've ever had. It's like a specific. It's like a brand, right? Or its own
Chain or
bakery
whatever,
or
right?
chain or
Like-
something.
chain, yeah.
I don't think I've ever had them before, but I think
Did Bree show
Bree.
you the pictures?
No, she told me she was talking to you about them though, because she was going like, "Oh yeah, we're talking about cookies," and because I think she had mentioned them before. But what'd
Yeah,
you
I
get?
told her. So they do a thing where I think it's each week they have like a different cookie rotation, and so for this week I just got a party box that comes with 12, and I just got 2 of each. They had 6 options.
Why did you get a party box?
Well, I ate all 12 cookies because I was really hungry. I've been starving myself for a month.
Darn it.
And I was
That's
like,
why I
yes.
got a party box, because it was a party
Darn
in my
it.
belly.
I was like, yes, finally, food, real food. One was really good though. It was my favorite one. It was like a raspberry cheesecake cookie. Holy crap, it was so good. They're like gourmet, like actually good cookies.
Okay,
Like, I
I'm
had
looking at their website right now. The ones that they show up are those like the current week ones?
I think so.
Because there's a sea salt toffee,
Okay, we got that one.
lemon poppy seed,
Yep,
which looks amazing. Monster,
that's the biscuit and gravy cookie.
Texas sheet cake, raspberry
The what?
cheesecake,
Yeah, raspberry cheesecake.
and classic pink sugar.
Yep, that's just the pink like frosting on top. Yeah.
Man, I am so hungry. These cookies look so good.
They're really good.
We
I
are
would
not
definitely-
brought to you by Crumble Cookies.
We should be though.
My favorite.
Yeah, but we will be if you give us money,
Oh, I mean that would be awesome, Can you
Mr.
imagine?
Crumble.
Mr. Crumble, please.
Mr. Crumble.
Please, if you don't, Landon's gonna get adopted by a homeless alien man.
Yeah, I don't want to be adopted by a homeless alien.
You want to be adopted by a Crumble.
A crumble alien.
Yep.
Where is?
Can you imagine that if that's how it worked? Like you got like adopted by like a rich, like the richest aliens ever. Like they pamper you, like you're like a pampered dog. Like you have like your own like in the backyard. Like you have like, you know how like some people like make like a small little house for their dog, like that like looks like a legit house. Like and the aliens make like a little house. Like
What if the currency is just like snot?
I mean,
alien snot or like human snot, or is can you not tell the difference?
It's an unknown snot. That's what makes it so valuable.
yeah.
Like, what is the substance?
So, do you have to go to like a Crumble shop, or can you just get them at other stores?
You have to be invited into their society. I don't even know how I qualified, but I just knew I was supposed to go there.
Oh, I can get them shipped.
And I got in there and they were like, "We've been expecting you." I was like, "Yes."
Getting cookies shipped to your house seems like really dangerous. like
Yeah.
at least driving to the store or the location, like, you're burning, I guess, like some calories to like get to the location to get the cookies if they're just being delivered to you. like
Keep coming.
Can
you bring them
from the front door to my
More.
coffee table, please?
please.
It's too far. Oh, there's a North Division location.
That's the one I went to.
The one. I'll have to see if there's one around here because man,
There's probably one in. I mean, I'm assuming they're a somewhat bigger chain, so I would.
If they've made it here, they've probably like.
Well, I guess like Dutch Bros isn't that big in California at all.
I think it's starting to make its way in.
I think it's starting to.
Didn't
but
it originate in was it
Oregon? Yeah.
Yeah, and they have them in I think like Utah, Idaho, here,
Yeah,
and then starting in California. But
I think so.
I'm not a Dutch Bros guy. I used to go there all the time. I don't like them anymore.
I used to just get coffee a lot more, and I really don't anymore.
I've cut back quite a bit. I used to go every day, like no joke, like every day of the week I got a cup of coffee.
Are you joking?
Like, I'm not joking, no.
are no joke.
No joke, man. There's no jokes being told. None at all. Not one.
Why are you laughing,
Not one
Dave?
single
Not
joke.
not one single joke
joke.
will be told during this story. It was a bad addiction. I was spending a lot of money on coffee. And now I'm down to like once or twice a week.
Nice. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You're welcome.
All right, now I will continue to tell jokes now that the no joke segment is over.
All right. Okay.
And I'm not joking about that, Dave.
Oh, you're not joking that you're going to continue telling jokes.
Yeah, I'm not. That's no joke. Ah!
Our bits are so witty tonight.
So good. Don't you wish you were on this show with us? I mean, only 5.
Pay us 500. Yeah, so that's what I did. Got some cookies.
Nice.
You never
On the
answered
box it
Landon's
says-
question though. Why?
on
you
the
got
box it
cookies.
says-
Yeah, why did you get cookies?
On the box it says nom 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 nom
nom nom nom nom.
Yeah, that's what I do when I was eating.
Was there any kind of special occasion that you got the cookies?
Nom nom
for?
nom 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 nom. Let's see. 29 years ago, I became me.
Happy birthday.
That's the worst way to say that.
I became me.
No, I can think of a lot worse ways to say it, Dave. Trust me. Yeah, I'm old.
You're 29 now?
Yeah,
Do you feel old?
kind of.
Do you feel
Like I had this knot in my shoulder like all day, and I was like, how did I get there? I was like, I guess it's like the 29-year-old knot that you just like get and you just never get rid of until you die.
Huh.
Dave, you remember the 29-year-old knot, right?
I remember it fondly.
Yeah, you'll get there, Landon, someday.
someday? I'm trying to really get a more positive outlook. Like, 'cause I like always tell
No,
my-
we're still talking about my birthday.
Well, it's about.
Yeah, Landon, shut up.
Sorry.
It's Meg's birthday time.
You wanted to talk about it so bad, and now you insist on changing the subject.
So why didn't you get me any presents for my birthday?
Go check the garage.
You get my old lawnmower. Have fun mowing the lawn. You don't have.
That'd be so horrible. That'd be so mean. Like, to play it totally straight. Be like, no, man. Like, I'm serious. Like, let's go to the garage, man. I got be like, throw you the key to the like, because like the like electric lawnmower, like the battery's got like a key, but go ahead, take it for a spin.
Mick has no grass for reference for people listening.
Yeah.
Not to mention that would be a mean gift.
I mean, it would be a good gift if like you like needed a lawnmower though, because like a lawnmower, like
Yeah,
but not to like set it up like it's something like
like it's a Miata.
yeah, that's horrible.
Did you do anything fun?
I'm sorry I didn't get you anything. I'll take
You
it
know
to
what?
dinner though. I'll
It's
take
all
it.
right.
I'll buy you dinner this weekend if you'd like.
Okay, I'll accept.
I'm very bad at gift giving. Like,
The first gift you gave me was an absolutely terrifying horror video game.
I want it for the record. I barely knew you, and
It was
I asked,
Will's fault,
And I
right?
asked Will. I said, "Hey, Will, like, what should I like?" I'm like, I'm thinking about either getting him BioShock Infinite or The Evil Within. Like, what game do you think he would like more? And Will was like, "Oh yeah, Evil Within, definitely." And I'm like, "All right."
What year was that?
That would have been, I mean, whatever year. What year did that game came out? Game come out like that year or like the year
Was it
after? I mean, it would have been.
14.
Yeah, I think so, somewhere around there.
Looking it up now. I must know.
So I think you got me Arkham Knight for my birthday, which was after the fact though, which is after. Yeah, you got me Arkham Knight. Yeah, which I guess would have been after.
I'm a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, which is a game I did like, unlike the game that I bought.
Dave still has not played that.
Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Oh, it's a really good game. I liked it quite a bit. That game got like way more hate than it deserved.
See, Evil Within came out.
It had to have. I mean, I remember I got you the PS3 version, which that was like right on the edge of like where they were like still making games coming
Okay,
to
yeah.
PS3, PS4.
October 14th, 2014.
So
So
maybe
it had been out for
So it would have been. That's when the game came out.
almost 6 months.
Yeah, because it would have been 2015 then, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Did you even have a PS4 at that point, though?
I got him the
No, it's the
PS3
PS3.
version. I got
No,
him the
did Michael
PS3
have a
version.
PS4 though?
He didn't. No, he didn't.
No, because I got my
You got the
PS4
Batman one, right?
when Arkham came out, and that was 15, like mid 15, I think.
Yep.
June 2015.
I'm trying to remember if I've gotten you any other gifts besides that one.
The gift of amazing friendship.
Yeah.
Oh, this gift
not-
sucks.
Yeah, it's getting a little moldy after all these years. I'll be honest. It needs a wash.
Yeah. I'll get
Lanny
you
gave me a
gifts.
lawnmower. It was a gas one though, not electric.
Not electric.
You filled it up.
I literally I bought like I have like a battery powered one, and I only bought it because I have so many horrible like the gas lawnmower my parents had growing up was like the biggest piece of junk like ever. Like it would never start. I remember having so many horrible memories of trying to like start it, and it just never would.
Like, oh, you need to prime it.
And I'm like, I did. I'm like, I did. I followed all the steps. Like
just killing your
same with like their weed eater. Like I mean, it was like the worst. Like I remember like throwing a fit like out in the yard, like trying to get the thing to start because like it's just a piece of junk. Like
I'm just imagining like 12-year-old Landon like
I would, I would like, yeah, it was
reeing.
bad. I would like freak out. Like,
How is an electric lawnmower? Does it work very well? I feel like it wouldn't have enough.
it's battery.
oomph.
I mean, it depends on the brand. If it's a good brand, it works amazingly well.
Yeah, I've got a DeWalt one.
They're much lighter.
I do like DeWalt stuff.
It doesn't smell
we have
like
a
gas.
bunch of DeWalt
DeWalt's probably the best power tool.
Power
love
tools. We have a
DeWalt.
lot of DeWalt power tools. Bree actually just bought a sander today.
Nice.
Yeah, DeWalt.
I think like power tools too. Like you're just like I could just as easily be like a Milwaukee guy, but like the first time I bought a set of power tools, I bought like a DeWalt set. So like now you're just stuck forever because like the expensive part of the batteries. So like
Yeah.
Milwaukee's okay, but DeWalt's better.
there's some Milwaukee like fanatics out there. Like I've known a couple, and they like are
Yep.
very aggressive about how Milwaukee's better than everything else. Like they like the Milwaukee pack out sets and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like you're kind of freaking me out.
I think people don't give enough credit to like the great value stuff though.
What do you mean, like Ryobi? You talking about like
No,
talking
no,
about
no.
Harbor
Like
Freight?
like Walmart
Literally,
great value.
Great value.
Yeah. Oh wow.
They have some
Like
great
power
power
tools?
tools.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Like maybe if you're like using them like, you know, every few months, but like if you're gonna like
I mean, the battery
and
only
abuse.
lasts about like a couple weeks, and then you have to throw it out and get a new one. But you know,
oh no.
Well, worth it.
But yeah, in the lawnmower, the DeWalt one, like it has it takes 2 batteries, but they're like massive. But you can still use them for all their other power tools. Like
are they the
same-
20-volt ones?
They are, but they're like 20 amp hour or whatever. Like they're like probably double the size of like the normal bigger ones because like you have like the small little ones that you would
Yeah.
throw on like an impact driver or something, and then like there's like the bigger ones for like a I don't know like a sawzall
Like
or
a
saw.
Yeah, skill saw or something.
Yeah. So I mean, and it's still I mean, it will like I mean the batteries drain pretty. I mean I can mow if I keep up if I mow my lawn like once a week like they last about I have to charge them every like second or third time mowing it. So like you can mow it like twice and you got to throw them on the charger. But that's not that bad. You just throw them on when you're done.
Yeah.
And then
And if down the road you get like 2 sets,
yeah.
You can
So
just swap
I would
them out.
assume once I have my backyard planted, I would assume one charge will probably be good for like the entire lawn would be my guess, like front and back or close to it.
Yeah.
So and then you don't have to like smell gas or like do the stupid like, you know, priming it and like pulling like the stupid ripcord, throwing a fit, getting angry. These are all just personal problems I have. So
personal lawn care problems.
yeah.
That's what the podcast is for, though. It's so you can talk out your personal problems and then realize the error of your ways and then become a better person. It's just this is podcast therapy.
Podcast therapy.
I got a Lego set.
Oh yeah, what'd you get?
I got the Darth Vader helmet.
What? Dude.
Yep. So now I have the Luke helmet, the Rebel X-wing flying helmet thing, Stormtrooper, and Darth Vader.
Nice.
But I'm definitely backed up on Legos. I have not built like the past 6 that I've got.
You should get like a little display.
I need to
case type
invest
thing.
in a case that has a glass front
Yeah.
because my stupid cat gets in there and like moves stuff around and like bites on Legos. And
Yeah.
I got to do something about that. And I'm just out of room too. I mean,
Yeah.
I just have too many Legos, honestly.
Yeah.
But man, I've been eyeing that Rivendell.
Dude.
It looks so
gotta do
cool. It looks so
It's
neat.
just it's so expensive.
$500.
Jonah, he ended up getting it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Have you seen it built?
So he has like a quarter of it built right now, and
Yeah.
even that part, I'm like, dang.
Just take it from him.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that's
I
used
know
to
where
it.
he lives.
But,
Yeah.
but like the roof looks amazing. Like just the intricate little details in there. Like he built the section where Frodo wakes up in the bed.
Oh. You got I mean, you're also in it for like the minifigures too, right?
It has
It
with
has
how
it
many
has what like
minifigures?
15 or 20 minifigures, I think. It has a
Something
lot.
like that.
I
Yeah,
want the sets to do well so that they do more Lord of the Rings Legos.
They should have started with one that wasn't so expensive then.
what are the
I don't
ones
know.
that
I
they're
think
releasing?
like the expensive Legos, I think, is where they make some money because people are crazy and they will buy them.
I guess I bought the world maps. I guess I'm like that wasn't I can't remember how much that was. I feel like it wasn't I think it was like a couple $100.
What's the most expensive Lego you've bought?
I think probably the world map, I think it was a couple $100. I think it was like it might have been like $240.
It's $250 on
$250,
on the
okay.
website. I mean, may
I mean,
may have been cheaper when you bought it, just because I don't know.
I
if
can't
they've-
remember.
have prices go up due to inflation, but But I
That
mean,
one, I
it's
think-
like 12,000 pieces or something. So
Yeah, I mean, you don't. It's the cool thing is like you can like. I mean, you could do like they have like several different designs you can look up online. Like I just did the base one from the book because I just wanted a standard looking. But like you can do ones where like the ocean has like like a giant octopus that's like coming out of the water and stuff. So like you can remix it. I'm gonna be honest. I would never take this thing apart though because it was it was fun-ish to build, but like it was like.
How many individual tiles?
Oh, I mean that's most of the 13,000 pieces of the one, the one dots. Like,
Gosh.
I mean, I guess you could count it out, do the math, like I mean, but like,
Who can do that?
it's 5, like they're like square
Who can
plates,
count?
and it's 5 times 5 down, and then there's like 10 rows or so. I mean, it's like, I mean, it was like a slog to like, the like, and then you get done, and then you have to like build the frame around it, which I did like in like an hour. The frame was the fastest part, but like you have to sit there, it's basically like paint by numbers, like
Right, yeah.
And then if you mess up, like having to pry like a one piece, because most of them are smooth one dots too, so like having to pry it out, like
so you better hope your fingernails
realized
are long
like
enough.
I finished the set, and then I realized like because like I would take the square piece because it's like just a bunch of square blocks that you connect together with like the Bionicle connector, those black like pieces, like, and I would just take it and like kind of keep it. Like the book is just like a top view shot of the piece and it shows where all the dots go. And I would just kind of slide it over, like do one row at a time. And then like, just for colors. But then I get done with the set and I realize like they sent like a piece that has like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for like each of the colors. And you can put, a dot, like it's like a flat piece and like you could like have like a little identifier for it. Like, I mean, I was just using it off the book. Like I knew what they all were. I bought like a little like separator for all the pieces, like to keep them color coordinated. But then there also came with like a small Lego pickaxe that like I think was used to pry up the pieces. And I was so frustrated. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I didn't see this. Like
The pickaxe is actually for like the tallest man-made building in the world, and it looks like a pickaxe.
Yeah,
You forgot to put it in up there.
yeah. So I mean, like the fact that like if I ever wanted to do a different design though, I would have to completely take the set apart. And then
I think it looks cool enough like that.
yeah, I'm fine with it. Maybe in like years and years. But
When it falls off the wall and shatters.
oh my gosh, I'm so.
Then we could
nervous
do
about
something
that.
else.
Like I just keep like looking at it. and I'm like, I think it'll be fine, but we'll see.
You've done a
It
lot
is
of Legos
pretty.
the last year, like quite a bit.
Yeah, I did.
actually.
I did the Empire State Building. I have them all in here. Empire State Building, GTR, like McLaren, the Seinfeld set, which I love. The Seinfeld set is probably my favorite. I bought that on impulse.
I want to get the Office one.
Oh, there's an Office one.
Yeah.
I would get the BTS one.
Hey, dude, come on, man. And I like Mando's like Starfighter.
Oh, is N1?
Yeah, that's cool. I wish I had the Razor Crest, but
You could get the
I like that one.
$600 Razor Crest.
is that a new one?
I mean, it's not. It's
I think it's been around for a
it's
while.
newer
but
than the one that
it's
Michael has, but it's
giant.
Oh, is it giant?
substantially bigger.
Huge.
Oh man, now I'm tempted.
It's
like
really,
I've like been
it's
eyeballing.
really cool.
I'm gonna
I think that one is $700.
Oh, dude.
I really
That's a
like
lot of money.
the globe, but it's like too much. I think for how small the globe is.
Yeah.
Plus, like one thing I really like about globes is like the detail you can see on it, and the thing with the Lego globe is like there ain't no detail. But
Yeah.
like I really like the idea of it, and if it wasn't so expensive, I would absolutely jump on getting the globe. But it's too expensive for.
I was in Walmart the other day and I saw. First of all, they've locked their like more expensive Legos now.
Yeah.
And one behind the case was a giant Luke's speeder from Tatooine.
Have you
And
not
it
seen that
looks-
one before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
It looks awesome.
Yeah,
I think
it's
that's
really cool.
probably the one Lego set they've redone the most.
They've redone
They've
so many.
done that a lot.
They just
I've seen that. Like that's their go-to of like, what can we redo and modernize a little bit?
I mean, they've been
I
like,
know.
how many Millennium Falcons have they made?
Gosh.
Millennium Falcon also is probably
Yeah,
the other one.
it's just such a popular one.
Yeah.
So.
I think my next one will probably be the Indiana Jones, at least one or two of them. Definitely the Boulder Roll one I'm going to buy.
Yeah.
That one I think will go good. I put another shelf up in here, and I think it'll probably sit good in like the corner or something on there.
Yeah.
I kind of want to put some more shelves up, but I should have mounted these ones. Yeah, I mean, this is nothing for the listeners, but like I should have mounted them a little higher so I could get ones below it. But I guess I could put shelves up other places. There's room, I guess, in this corner that I could put some shelves up too. So, But I like building Legos a lot. The world map was fun, but it didn't really feel like you were building a Lego set because it's just the same. You know what I mean? Like you're just literally putting colored dots
Well, and there's something fun about the 3D aspect of
Yep.
Legos
Yeah.
that like yeah, I don't know. Like yeah, that seems more like a puzzle to me.
Yep. And as a finished product, I think it looks awesome.
Oh yeah,
Like, on the
definitely.
wall,
It's
I'm like,
definitely
this looks
worth it.
cool.
But in terms of like in the moment, like just it's so repetitive just going
yes, yeah. Yeah. Like just sitting there. Like I like really like I bought this almost I probably bought it almost a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like I would build it a little bit, like Megan and I would build it together like a little bit, and then like we just fell off doing it. And then like the past like probably week and a half, I just like I had like 20 of like the like cube like sections to do, and I'm like I gotta get this done because it's just sitting in my living room. I'm like I have to finish this.
Yeah,
Like it's driving me crazy. So I would just like I was like watching March Madness, just like one after the next. Like, oh, my fingers hurt so bad.
I think the most expensive Lego I actually bought for Dave.
I was gonna say the most expensive Lego I bought for Mick.
That's the Daily Bugle, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That one's awesome.
And I think for you is the Slave One.
Yeah,
Right?
that is my favorite Lego set. I have that. I have that right
excuse
here.
me.
No.
Excuse me.
I'm standing my ground.
It's the indentured servitude one.
What does it say on the box?
It says Slave One.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I hated they changed it. They're like, oh, the Intergalactic Bounty Hunter like has a ship that's named something like like. Wow. I'm sorry. Like that's stupid.
It is my favorite set. I have it right here, on top of one of the towers that flank my desk, and I have the Boba Fett head that's right next to it
The
too.
helmet. Yeah.
I mean, it's such a cool ship. Like,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah,
Slave
I love
One's
this
awesome.
ship.
Yeah.
I love Legos too much. Like I'm surprised how much restraint I've had as an adult. Because there are so many Legos I've wanted to buy that I haven't. And like I'm glad sometimes, but also it's like I look back on certain sets and I'm like, man, I really wish I would have bought that.
They
set,
go
or
up.
I
They
really
get
wish-
they get insanely expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the most part, like it's not all Lego sets, but it is most Lego
The ones
sets
you
do
want.
that.
Yeah. And it's also the ones that you really want are the ones that go up
Yeah.
like in crazy.
But
I think-
but I'm also glad
and-
some of the sets that I do have. Like there's a lot that I've kept and that are in really good condition that I probably will never like get rid of or sell. Just because I like Legos so much. But
It's a hobby I'm really glad I rediscovered because like I went probably 10 plus years without building a single set would be my guess. So it's something I'm like pretty happy that I've gotten back into. I don't think I'll ever go like crazy with it. It's something I feel like every couple months buy one for me at least. Like, and
You don't
then
think you'll
I'm
end up like Josh?
I don't think so. I have too many other I waste my money on too many other things
You
already.
have a pretty big basement.
I guess I do.
you have a pretty full garage.
I need to remodel the basement before. I guess I could dedicate that to some Lego space. But like the remodel, like last night, I was sitting in my house. I was about to go to bed, and like I swore I smelled something burning. And, like I'm a paranoid person,
You?
and I live in an old house, and like all the electrical is like really old. Like it's like that old stuff where like the insulation around the wires, like the wires still have insulation, but like the sheath over it is like this like fabric, and that's like infamous for like catching on fire. Like, and I'm like walking around my house, and like I'm like I swear I smell something burning, and then like I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh man, my house is about to burn down. I go outside, and like clearly somebody just has like a fire going. I have to take this phone call. I'll be right back.
Have you looked much at the Indiana Jones sets, Michael?
I have seen them. Yeah, because what they have. So they have the Boulder one.
Yeah.
Do they have the Nazi airplane one?
Yeah, they have the one where it's the father and son, right, in the plane.
Yeah, it goes through the tunnel. And don't they have the other airplane one
No, there's
from
just
Raiders?
no. There's the Temple of
Or
the
was that
Golden
an older
Idol.
one they used to have?
There's the fighter plane from the third movie, and then there's Escape from the Lost Tomb.
That was it. Okay.
Yeah, with like the Ark of the Covenant and
Yeah.
Marion and
The snakes.
the snakes and
Ah.
Salah.
Very dangerous. You go first. Yeah.
See,
I think
like-
I'd probably get the Boulder one just because that's such an iconic sequence.
Yeah,
You know?
like the initial run of Indiana Jones Legos, like those are ones. It's like, man, I wish I would have bought some of those because I didn't buy any of
I
them.
don't know why we didn't buy any.
Our mother purchased one for herself, I think, or she
what
got
did
one
she buy?
somehow. But yeah, you and I don't think like had any, right?
Which one did she get?
It was the one with like the motorcycle and the sidecar and the gate. where they drive
Oh
through.
yeah, I do remember her getting that. I don't know what. Yeah,
I don't know
that's-
why she had that, but she did.
That's funny.
But
yeah,
the temple,
I'll probably get one of those at least.
the temple one definitely looks the coolest out of the three. The other two are like okay. The plane looks kind of weird in the fighter.
Is the temple the one with the boulder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a better display piece because that's one thing. As I've gotten older, like I don't play with my Legos anymore. I would like to, but I don't.
It's like unacceptable, like socially to play with them, or is that or?
I mean, I guess, but also just like as I've gotten older, like I feel like my imagination has gotten way worse, and like even if I wanted to play with Legos, I actually don't think I could do a very good job, which sounds kind of sad.
You know what you
funny.
need? You need your partner there. We could.
Actually, Michael gave up on playing Legos with me way before I did because for like probably the last 4 or 5 years of a portion of childhood, it was me like I would go to Michael every once in a while, ask him if you want to play Legos, and Michael basically be like, "No, that's stupid. I don't want to do that." And so Michael killed my my playing with Legos.
All right.
But as I was saying, like
storyline with me,
like I like a lot of Legos that like kind of look cool to play with, but they don't display as well. That's why a lot of like Star Wars ships I think are pretty good because they generally display better than other things. But something that's like really fun to play with, or that's more of like a playscape or set, they're still cool Legos, but they just don't display as well. They don't look as good out in the open. They're harder to dust. But yeah, the Temple of the Golden Idol of those three definitely looks like the way cooler display. And it looks like it's even designed that way, that it's kind of like, this is more of like a kind of top shelf piece, like, because it has kind of a special, it looks like a border on there. It even says Raiders of the Lost Ark. There's a little plaque, and I don't think that's on the other sets at all.
It's all about the plaque.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm definitely into the display ones. Are definitely the ones I'm more into.
I do think I'm gonna regret not having bought the giant tumbler.
Yeah,
I still think about that sometimes. Like, oh man,
they might still have some at the one in Vegas, because like when I was there, like every time I went, they had a bunch of them. They're still in stock. Why don't you buy it? It's stock online.
How much is it?
$270.
Oh, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
It's available now. Lego Batman, DC Batmobile tumbler.
You want to get me a birthday present, Dave? I'll accept.
Now,
show where Mick pays
29 is not a special birthday. That's not a $270 Lego purchase birthday.
It's the last 20 years. It's so special.
Anyway, they have them in stock
Dave
online.
will spend $500 on it for you next year when that's the price.
Did you
All
buy?
right, Dave, it's your choice.
Did you buy the Batmobile from the Batman, the Technic one, or is that not
I
your?
don't really like. I've never really been a huge fan of the Technic stuff.
I love Technic stuff.
I don't know why. I just never really got into it. I did get the smaller Batmobile though from that, and I have
the one that comes with Penguin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I like the Technic ones. Like the car I have is pretty cool.
I love Technic Legos. I think they're so cool because they're just so like mechanical, and it's I think like if I'd got more into Technic stuff as a kid, I could have had like a better brain for something like engineering or something, because I think they're like really good tools for that. But
it's just getting sad, man.
Yeah. Just talk more about how all my regrets as a kid.
Yeah.
Well, so
let's save that for next year when I get 30.
Welcome to the Regret Keys podcast. We're gonna backspace our lives now.
So I'm on the Lego Shop website, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's a theme called architecture. Like, oh, I could have been an architect if I would have.
Isn't that what what's his face from Seinfeld says he is? Like when he's making up his drive, like,
Art Vandelay.
Yeah, Art Vandelay. Yeah.
Yes, an architect. Man, I love Legos. I'm just looking at the website right now. It's,
Ted Mosby is an architect from How I Met Your Mother.
Cool.
You're going to make Landon mad.
There's an episode where Barney pretends to be an architect just so he could sleep with a woman, because apparently being an architect is like very...
How many women does he sleep with in that show?
Over 200.
Oh my god.
He has a list.
Ew. And he ends up with spoiler, I don't think anybody, like Robin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Don't they all sleep with Robin at some point?
All of them.
All the 200 women also sleep with Robin.
Yeah.
I'm not. This tumbler looks really cool. I haven't looked at it much, but it looks
He's gonna
awesome.
buy it for himself.
Isn't
now.
it cool? It's super cool.
Yeah, Mick,
With
you
all
should
the
buy
little
this.
gold-
and then
with
let
all
me
the little
and then
gold
let me play with
detailing.
it.
Dave comes over. Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Should we wrap up?
I'm good.
I think I'm good too. You good, Dave?
Yeah, I think so.
I might have to go to work, so
Oh,
probably.
you're not
Oh,
good,
is that what the
Landon.
phone call was?
Yeah, I'm like pretty good at like talking my way out of this kind of stuff though, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I've got it down to like such a fine art at this point. Like it's like I do want to talk about this real quick. Like I'm like so good at like finessing people on the phone. Like I feel like I should be like a phone salesman at this point. Like I'm like I probably would not be good at it, but like the way I like talk to these like stores when I call them is like I feel like I'm like it's like some of my best work.
Well, it's like an understandable phenomenon because people they come up with a problem and it's something that's blown out of proportion and it's
Yes.
something that can easily be mitigated in other ways, and that the urgency that they are requesting or wanting isn't actually necessary. And so everyone can relate to that because they've been in those situations, but also everyone can relate to a situation where they've been essentially talked down or bullied down that it's not a problem that needs to be dealt with right now.
And there's guys that I know in this like in my trade that they're like horrible at it. Like they can't get out like anything.
That seems like that should be the thing. Like some of the stuff that's taught in like trade school.
Yeah, like I'm like that's my number one goal. I'm on call. I don't want to go out. Like once I'm out working, like if it's on a Saturday and I'm like out working, then like once I've left my house, I'm like kind of okay to just keep. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Like if I'm at a store and then like another store 5 minutes away calls and has a problem, like then I'm like, yeah, I'm already in my work clothes. Like I'll go, but like if I'm at home, I'm not going out, or I'm gonna like really try. Like I literally had a store once call like the power had went out, like everything was down. They're like, yeah, everything's down. Like it just came back on. We're like really freaked out, and I'm like it was probably something. I just looked at him like, you're probably fine, man. Like like if it's just a couple hours and it's still bad, just call me back. Like I just went back to sleep. Like, I had one on, and now that I have a laptop that I can like remote access a lot of the stores, so I can like see all the alarms and stuff. So like
Dude, how do you know how to use that?
Stop. I know how to. I like actually like I get a lot of crap about like technological stuff, but like I actually know a decent amount about like I guess refrigeration related controls, like programming and like DC voltage and all that kind of like wiring stuff up. It's just when it gets to like Excel and all those like software stuff.
No, you're dumb.
So.
Meathead.
Yeah, dumb meathead. I shouldn't say this part, but like a store called and they had a case warm and I logged in. I shouldn't say it, but and the alarm point is an ice cream freezer and the alarm point was 10 degrees. That's where it said if it's above 10 degrees for 90 minutes, it'll alarm. And the thing's sitting like 11 degrees. So I went in and like if that happens, they have like a strobe in the back that goes off, and that's when the stores freak out. Like the strobe goes off, they freak out. Like they're like, oh god, like everything's gonna melt. So like I went in before I called them and I changed the alarm parameter to 15 degrees. So it clears. And I call them. I'm like, hey, I logged in. I just saw that the alarm's cleared. Is your strobe still going on? She's like, oh no, it cleared. And I'm like, oh wow, that's great news. Like everything seemed fine. Like, yeah, everything seems okay. I'm like, all right, I'll come out in the morning, check everything out, and then click, and then round of applause, and I go back to whatever meaningless thing I was doing in my house. So.
Losing another game of Siege.
Yeah, probably losing a game of Madden or Siege or eating or something. Like,
oh man,
I kind of get high off of it, so I'm hoping I can talk him out of it. The call says it's like a meat case at 55 degrees, so it's probably fine.
Well, I think we're
you
good.
can cut all this out. You can just cut it. You can cut all
Matt.
this. You probably should just cut all this out.
All right. Well, glad we know what Landon really
I'm a
does all
dirtbag. I'm a dirtbag. I'm lazy.
Who is
All right.
it?
Well, I guess we'll talk again next week.
Yeah.
I think one more week without Will, and then who knows
maybe.
after that?
We'll see.
Maybe.
Dead.
Landon's not letting him back in his house.
No, he's not allowed.
All right. Well, that solves a lot of problems.
Well, thanks for listening.
All right.
Buy us Legos.
All right.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye. Legos.
Yeah, probably cut all the work stuff out. Probably just cut all that out.
Just post it right now.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Hotkeys podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Castbox, YouTube, and other podcasting platforms. Visit our website, www.hotkeyspodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at Hotkeys Podcast and join our Facebook group at facebook.com/HKHotkeys. Please like and review us and subscribe to the show on whichever platforms you use. Finally, you can contact us via email at hosts@hotkeyspodcast.com.